Roger that. We're coming at you live from the great state. Everybody knows this one, of Michigan. And that is the only two hands that allows you to do it in the entire continental United States. Tell me one more state that allows you to do that. So here we go. So we got some good news for you. So when you say Roger and that, so there's Roger. There's also another Roger, but I don't think we can get the third Roger on. So right now we're going to go Roger times 2.
There'll never be a third.
Third will
never be on.
The third, you can have a son one day when all three of us would do it.
But senior will never be on.
So we could probably get my dad on, but the problem is that it's almost like taking a picture. How does he take a picture?
The guy never smiles, and
he never.
And when he does smile, he doesn't look at the right camera. He's always looking around. He talks to everybody. You can't take a picture with him.
Can't take a picture.
Impossible.
It is impossible.
Can't do it.
So to bring him into this situation, it would be very. He
doesn't understand what this even does.
No, he doesn't. He sure doesn't know what that is on the desk.
No, he's got no idea.
And those lights would probably just scare him.
The cameras, he'd be clueless.
No, and he doesn't. I don't know. It's tough to get him on.
He'd be so done.
I've done some video of him years ago, but no, he. So anyway, so that's where we're at. So there's the two of us, and basically what the situation is this: we're gonna do as many of these podcasts as we can possibly do, but what we want to do, Raj, and what we're looking for is yes, we do the live. I do the live right out of here. We do the live wherever we're at. But what we're trying to do is we're gonna do them together. We want to bring on some businesses. We want to bring on restaurants. We want to bring on
different influencers.
Who?
Influencers. Anybody.
Influencers. Right. Anybody in the sports arena. We'll get some fighters out of Las Vegas. I'll be there in a month, and I know I'll be with a few fighters. So we'll bring you some clips from those guys and see what they have to say. The influencers, who are some of the guys we met and talked to last time?
Steve will do it. We were with anybody you can think of. Bob Menery was there. The national treasure, John Orlando.
John Orlando, you're right about that.
John Orlando.
You know, we need to talk about that.
National treasure.
National treasure. And the Nelk boys, right? So they have their show, and they also have their drink and everything else that those guys have. But let's just touch on Steve and do it for a second. While we were at the casino, what did he say to John Orlando?
So he's got his live stream on Kick going, and he walks over to John Orlando. He says, everybody, this is the national treasure. And he looks to John's girlfriend and says, you have to keep him. He's a sacred item.
Right.
He tells him.
Yeah, and he had said it to Vanessa, and I know Vanessa very well, and she is a riot, but I know she kind of rolled her eyes a little bit there, because when she said she was a national treasure, that is something that he is a national treasure. I did talk to John Orlando twice today, so we're going to be out there. I'm going to be out there this next time, and that's what we're going to get. What we're going to talk about this evening. Here is that Raj and I had gone out to Vegas 2 times. One time we went and saw the UFC fight.
Contender Series,
which kind of give you a quick background of that.
The Contender Series is it's like the guys that are trying to get into the UFC. So the winners of the night, Dana picks who he thinks deserves a contract to get into the UFC.
So which was interesting. So it's actually at the complex. It's called the Apex, right?
Yeah. Apex.
So it's the actual UFC. He's got like 3 massive buildings, and inside of the building was the arena, and it's an invite only. It's a really nice special event, and it's on. I believe it's on. Is it on UFC? No, Rumble. Is it on?
No, that's
ESPN.
ESPN.
I'm sorry, it's on ESPN. So it's on ESPN. We sat right there with all those guys, a lot of fighters, promoters. What have you, and so we were able to see that. We'll bring some of that up a little bit later, and then later that evening we were hanging out with Dana White. We had a great conversation for hours. Actually, we hung out to him until about 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and so Raj, while Dana was talking to Raj, he says, "Hey Raj, you want to come back for the power slap?" So Raj said yes, and within 30 days we were back there again.
Yeah.
Same building, different setup.
Yeah.
And Power Slap was on Rumble, which is another streaming service. And I know you guys saw some of it when we were both there. We were just doing some live filming there when we were all talking about the fights. But Raj and he was really excited to go. Believe me, I wanted to go. Okay, so John Orlando took us and Dana had invited us. But I wasn't sure if I was going to actually like it. And I got to tell you,
so good.
To see it in person is... I don't even know the word. So good. It's outstanding. Yeah. It's so intense. I guess it's intense. Intense is intense the word?
It's intense.
It's intense.
Yeah, you're on the edge of your seat the entire time.
Because like in a regular fight, and we all know this, right? You're watching these guys fight it out and duke it out, and you might be with family or friends, you're talking, watching the fight, okay, and the fight goes on for so many rounds. In this instance,
you know when it's coming.
Yeah, they're counting 1, 2, and then bam! I mean, it was brutal. It was entertaining.
Yeah, it's great.
It was great. So we wanted to show you a couple of those fights. We actually did get the opportunity to meet a few of the people that were there that evening at that fight, and were actually in the fight. So, so how did we get that? Can we roll it right now? Yeah. Let's just roll it and talk about this fight here. So this was the woman's. Holy mackerel!
You
so
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead and roll it.
All right.
Let's. So she's counting down right now. 1, 2. Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Holy Toledo! So
she's out.
If you watch these videos and slow them down and look to the side left, that's where we're sitting. And wouldn't you believe it, or wouldn't you know it? But when we got up, we moved to another side to talk to these other guys from, where are they from? Dallas?
Yeah.
So we talked to the guys out of Dallas, and they came over with the camera, and actually we're talking to John on the camera, and that would have had been us during the show. So that would have been really something else. The next guy...
That was probably the best one, though. The girls.
The girls was by far.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, what did you think about when they do the slow motion and the big screen there?
It's wild. It's crazy.
It's crazy, man. Yeah. It's kind of like, whew, you're just...
Yeah, if you haven't seen slow motion power slap, for sure go look it up.
Go look it up. Definitely look it up. We'll probably put a few on our site so you guys can enjoy that. So the next guy we actually talked to after the fight, and where's he at?
We'll pull him up here. So
Azel, right?
Azel Rodriguez.
Oh my God. Show that again. Show that one more. Can you back that up? Show that again. This is unbelievable. I mean, he's staring right at him. But, So bring out the Lions.
The Lions. Yeah, so the night we were there.
Excuse me.
Azel fought Johnny Davis, and they went all 5 rounds. And then...
But he did something wrong, and I think
he had a foul. I don't know if it was clubbing or stepping.
And they took it off, and then he ended up losing.
So yeah, he lost that.
So we talked to him right after the fight. Nice guy, and we're gonna bring him on the show. I'm gonna get a hold of him this week. Nice guy. We'll ask him a lot of questions about this and how these guys even got involved in this power slap business. Because I mean, it just doesn't seem like something you're just talking about. But the other gentleman we met with Dana,
Cody Belial. Yeah.
So Cody. Here's this guy standing there, nice looking guy, tall guy, and he's standing with Raj and I, and we know that he's a power slap guy, and we're talking, and he was on the show also, and I had just mentioned him because Raj and I were just thinking, how do these guys get involved in this?
Crazy.
So I asked him, I said, tell me exactly like what inspired you, what happened. He said, I was at the gym here in Las Vegas. He was working out. And I'm going to get him too. We'll call him. He says to me that he was working out and he hears over the radio station that Dana White was looking for people for this power slap stuff. And so he says, okay. So he looks up his weight division, looks at the guy, and he goes, I can slap the shit out of this guy, he says, right? So Roger and I are looking at him like, okay, so you're watching a guy, you never did it before. And he says, yeah. He says, I left the gym. He went to the UFC.
Straight to the Apex.
straight to the Apex, signed up.
And he was in one of the earlier events, and then right now he's in the Road to the Title, which is the reality TV show.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't watched that too, it's called The Road to the Title. Again, it's Dana White and his whole gang, and it's just wild. These they're living in a house, right? They're all in a house together.
Yeah, and it's like a tournament bracket style.
Yeah.
And then the winners in every division fight in
an actual money bout.
Power Slap 6, yeah.
Power Slap 6, which is coming up, and I will be out there next month in February for
Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl, which will have, I don't know what Power Slap it is. Is it 5, 6? It is power. It's slip. So, well, hopefully, if we can get John Orlando, the national treasure, to pull anything for us, we'll be able to maybe go see that. Which again, it was just out of this world. The other thing that is an interesting fact. So we're going to get back to these fights later. There was another the young lady from the UFC we met. Well, actually, we met a bunch. We met Cowboy Cerrone. Who do we meet, Roger? What fighters?
Everybody.
Name them off. Who do we talk to that night?
We talked to Marab. We talked to Masvidal for a bit. Jake Ellenberger, obviously.
Jake Ellenberger, the best of all.
The best.
Number one.
The best.
Nobody better than Jake. No one. Period.
Nobody.
Nicest guy in all of Las Vegas. And then we talked to the girl, although she spoke in Portuguese.
Yeah.
And she won that evening.
Yeah.
Do you remember her name?
Stephanie Luciano.
Stephanie Luciano. She was tough, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Tough. And so we talked to a lot of these fighters. We talked to a lot of fighters after. Cowboy Cerrone was really a good guy. I guess Dana White's going to have him ride one of his...
did you see that?
Yeah, he's going to ride the...
That's gonna be pretty cool.
The bull. And John Orlando said he doesn't know why he's going to offer him $50,000 to make it for 8 seconds. It should be $1 million. Because the chances of him hanging on...
Onto that bull. And Dana's got a good bull.
For 8 seconds...
Have
Guys that do it for a living. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I'm watching that for sure.
Yeah, I'm in on that too. We might have to figure something out there. That is that's a definite must-see. Cowboy Cerrone, and it's going to be for a charity.
Yeah, so Cowboy Cerrone actually took our table when we were there.
He took our table. I was with Jake, Ellenberger, John Orlando and the gang, some guys from Texas. We were also out there with Nacho Daddy.
Yeah, Nacho Daddy.
Nacho Daddy. So we'll give a little shout out to those guys too. So out in Las Vegas and soon to be in Nashville is coming Nacho Daddy. So I had dinner with Roger, and I both ate with him and Jake off to the side table because Cowboy Cerrone came and they had sat him at our table, and Jake Ellenberger says he doesn't want to fight anybody unless they're in the ring.
Yeah.
I don't think Jake was scared. I just think Jake was like, hey man, I don't, And here's the other thing about this him riding the bull. The one thing I told John it's a little frightening is that cowboys ride bulls, right? Okay, so we get that part of it. But this guy's name is Cowboy Cerrone.
He's got to be able to do it.
He's got to be able to do it. Can he make it for 8 seconds though?
I don't know.
Man, I don't know. And Dana says he wants him to start training and everything else. So we got to look into that. And if he's out there this next time, I'm gonna grab him too and get him to do a little Roger that and what have you. So he was a super nice guy. I gotta admit, I liked Cowboy Cerrone. He was really a nice guy.
Yeah, he was.
Talked to us for a while, and we had a nice time with him and several other fighters. So the other thing that I wanted to bring up, Roger, is that you're gonna bring up the bull there.
Yeah, there's the bull.
So the bull. Boy, it's a beautiful looking creature, to say the least. Where does Dana even keep this thing at? Does he keep it out west or something? Is it sitting out there in Las Vegas? Does John Orlando have it in his backyard? Does the pint-sized warrior, does she feed this thing? Because I know she's into animals.
With the gecko.
I don't know. With the gecko. What is it?
Gordon. Gordon the gecko.
So Vanessa has a gecko in a... I'll bring him on too. I'll show everybody the gecko when I get out there.
Yeah.
But it's a captured gecko.
Yeah, from outside.
But the name of the gecko is
Gordon.
Gordon Gecko.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, that's a whole other story in itself. So let's get back to one other thing. So the big news, we were talking about this, and this is again, I'm 53 years old, and I have never seen the city of Detroit, the people in the city, support a team like this. This is crazy, right? Went to dinner the other night at a steakhouse. Been telling everybody I talk to about this. We walk in, and what's everybody wearing?
Everybody's got Lions.
Everybody's got the Lions.
Everybody.
The Honolulu blue, baby.
Right there.
The whole place. Everybody's got the Honolulu blue on.
Never seen it before, ever.
Never.
Ever.
I have seen people wear Billy Sims shirts going back to the 80s. I saw people wearing Barry Sanders.
That's it.
The quarterback that's coming to play us.
Stafford.
People have Stafford jerseys.
But they don't wear them out and about.
No.
Like
they wear it like a Sunday watching the game.
That's it. Like
no one wears a Lions jersey
in Detroit, we don't wear Lions stuff.
And few people got mad at me when I said that with the family the other night.
No.
And I told them
it doesn't happen.
It's not even an argument.
No, it doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen. Now, everywhere you go.
I was at the mall the other day, and I'm just walking around, and every single kid's got a jersey on. Adults got jerseys on. Everyone's in Lions. Everyone's in blue.
It's unbelievable.
Crazy. Never seen it.
Never saw it, and this would be the first time. So this is something that's interesting. So the Rams are coming here, and obviously you guys know the switch. Goff came here. Stafford went there. Hey, I'm not mad Stafford left Detroit. Never was. I felt that the guy was here for 10 years. We all cheered him on. He was good for our city, and quite frankly, he's still good for our city. Him and his wife gave probably millions of dollars to our city in time and energy and what have you. So those that get upset because he left, well, shame on you. Because they did it to Barry Sanders, too.
Everyone's going to boo him.
They're going to boo him. For what? This guy brought us cheer for 10 years. They didn't surround him with a team nor a coach, did they? No. So, that being said, let's just talk about for a second with Barry Sanders. Did you watch the show, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody was mad when Barry left us. My father-in-law, Larry, has a fit. He's like, oh, yeah, I was so upset and talking about it the other night during the... Yeah. I was so upset that was baloney. Well, he didn't say baloney, but, oh, my God, you wouldn't believe it. I'm so upset about when Barry left and this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, but...
What are you going to do?
Well, back at the Silverdome, there used to be 80,000 people there just sitting there, quiet. And then we bring Barry Sanders onto the scene, and it's exciting. He inspires our city, right? So... it makes no sense to me. Here's another great guy, stayed here, wasn't from here, moved here, has stayed here, still lives here, spends money here, adored by this town, and I never left that guy's side. And if I saw Barry Sanders today, which, have you seen him yet at a game?
No.
Because Barry Sanders' son plays basketball for Michigan State, and Roger goes to quite a few of the games. So you got to do a little reach out to him.
Yeah.
But, guys, these guys... were good for our city, and they're still good for our city now. So get past that. You kidding me? They're talking about banning this. You don't wear a Stafford jersey. Can they really do that? Is that even?
I don't know.
I can't. How would that be?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? I mean, come on. Can you really tell somebody you can't come in here wearing that?
I'd still wear it.
What is this? A suit? Where are we at?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't understand it.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. So it doesn't make any sense. So listen, I'm not saying go down and cheer the guy. And listen, we want to see him throw some interceptions. We want to see him lose the game.
We're going to win.
We're going to win it.
We're going to win it.
Bet the house on it. Here's my pick again. I'm going to give you my pick this week. Coming up. Bet the house on the Lions. I told you to bet the house on Michigan. It's not a gut feeling, folks. I know gambling. And I'm telling you right now, just bet it. Bet it. Bet the house on it. Feel good about it. Those of you that listen to me about University of Michigan, I'm sure you're happy about it. I told you they're going to blow them out by 20. Well, they won by 20. And the spread was 5.5. It was so bad that my favorite coach of all time, Nick Saban, I love him.
Yeah, he's great.
I love the guy. It's so bad, he retired. That's how bad it was for him. So you can take that all the way to Alabama with you, okay? Because Michigan, they're going to reign supreme. I think that this is something that's going to be the next couple of years at least. Don't you think? Is he staying? Is Harbaugh staying?
We don't know.
Well, come on. What do you think?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I have a feeling that he's going to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
He's got more to prove. He wants to stomp it out one more year, get another 16 wins.
I feel like he has to.
Yeah,
like he has to.
And I don't know about the whole Ohio State rivalry either.
What do you mean?
Why is that a rivalry?
What do you mean?
They're not even that good. And where is Ohio anyway? Does anybody even know where Ohio is? I'm not even. Do they have a football team down there?
I don't think so.
What do they have? The Bengals, Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, that's it. Not Ohio State.
Basketball. What do they have in basketball?
Cavs.
Oh, that's where LeBron James went and played for a while? Mm-hmm. Are they doing anything now?
They're okay.
They're okay.
They're decent. They're pretty good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, what else they got down there?
Nothing.
Anybody, you ever been through Ohio? And I don't even want to go down that road. I can't even step foot in that state without getting pulled over, for God's sakes. So anyway, listen, reach out to us. You guys, I'm all over online. My phone number is all over online. Roger, that is coming to a town near you. We're going to do a lot of stuff out of this city. We've got restaurants lined up. We've got some business people lined up here in town. We've got just a lot of people.
We got a lot of stuff going on.
A lot of stuff going on. And like us, follow us, love us, share us, do whatever it takes. But do us a favor, follow us. Go on Instagram and follow us. We're going to build this up. I'd like to build it up 1,000 people before when? What's today's date? We're going to go
Today's
small.
the 11th.
Everybody wants to go after 1 million people. Let's just get 1,000 by...
You pick.
What is... Today's the 11th. So, 1,000. 10 a day, 30 days is... we got to get 20, 30 a day to do it in a month. Share us. Like us. And
what are you
follow
saying?
us. Follow us. You got to follow us. Follow us. we got to... I want to get to a quick 1,000. Let's just see how fast we can get to 1,000. We're going to start this off with 0. This isn't on the Facebook. We already got several thousand, and the other ones we got a couple thousand, and this and that. We're just scratch.
Yep.
This is it. Roger that live. All right. Anything else you want to talk about this evening?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Well, listen.
It was good.
All right. Well, you guys all have a great night. Thank you for watching. And Roger and out.